Here's my metal shed. I'm putting everything together. I took it all apart. Make sure I have all the pieces first. Count them, make sure, because if you don't, you can always request the extra pieces. If they're bent or broken, that's where you find out, because shipment box are really heavy and they move them around. Check them first, and then we're gonna start the build. I'm checking, making sure I have enough screws, because last time I bought one of these, it was missing a bag, and one of them was torn up and all the screws were loose. So today I'm just going over the stuff, make sure everything's marked, and it's also marked on the actual pieces. All right, so we're going to start the actual process. They give you gloves because it is sharp and it's aluminum. They give you a very thorough manual. If you can see metal shed, we're going to start it together and see how well it works. So this is the frame first. Make sure you do the frame first, then we're going to start way up. So I am going to reinforce it. I'm going to put wood underneath because I'm going to move it manually where I'm building it. It's not going to be the final place. All right, let's take a look at the day 2 progress. So I did put up a ply wall here. I made a square. I put treated wood in the bottom so rain won't come in. I made this stable platform so I can, it's kind of stable. I put planks here, planks everywhere here. This is the only part I need to replace because that piece is only holding on from the edges, and I got to replace that one. But overall, the whole system's coming up pretty good. Right, I just finished the walls. It didn't take me that long to do the walls. I can still see some light inside, but I'm not concerned about that. We're more concerned about what's going to be on the top. So so far so good. I mean, I like the structure. I just did the roof part, this part right here. My suggestion is doing the floor. Don't do it up here and there like it's suggested to do it up there. It's going to be difficult because you got to put the structure right. Now these holes right here, I'm gonna point them out. They both have to be pointed up. I messed up, so I had to flip this one back over, and it took me a while. So just make sure you don't do the same mistake I did. All right, just make sure that these are for the roof, the ones on the top. This has to be slanted just a little bit. I finally finished the roof, but I had a little dented here and there. But look at this. I'm not completely done yet. I'm putting these structures here first. They're a little difficult because these have a little bit warped, so you're gonna have to drill some holes. It's a little bit off from it too. So we try our best to, in fact, here I had to overlap it kind of thing. Look at that. I had to bend it because the screws were not, the holes were not correctly on the top. So, and then I'm not sure, the instructions doesn't say under or over, but I'm gonna put it over, and then the lip goes right over it. So this is the lip that I'm putting here. So it's still gonna cover this part. That's why I kind of figure. I put my shed here. Some of it's actually being covered, but the rest of it's not, because I'm gonna be working here side by side with my other shed. And it's raining really hard right now. So we're gonna open it up and see how well it's managing. And I already have it completely full. Almost. My equipment, some printers, and so forth. So got a little table there. I'm gonna clean up some more and put some more shelves here, but right now we just threw everything in here because it was gonna rain last night, and so far it's hanging on in there. I've seen no water. I did elevate it, and I did put some bricks just in case the water comes in, because the water is gonna be drifting in here. I put some bricks and elevate it just a little bit higher, because the water, it might come in here later down the line. But so far I like it. The hardest part probably was to put in this part, the top part. That was the difficult part. This was very difficult. I had to cut this because I think I did it wrong, but the instructions are very thorough. But overall it's pretty good. In the future I'm going to replace some rivets probably out of this one, put some rivets myself instead of these screws. These screws are not strong enough. They come out easily because they're very small, thin, so they don't grab too much. Sometimes they fall apart, so you got to be careful. They do have covers for the screws for the sticking out, but I'm not gonna need them. There's some gaps that you can see some air coming in and some light. That's what kind of I'm afraid of. So I might come with silicone tomorrow or the next day and then pass some silicone over the actual whole thing itself to make it seal. Even though it's not going to come in the water because it's facing out, still I'm concerned any kind of side storms or anything, the water might come in. So I do have important stuff in here. I have tools, lots of tools in here. I don't want them to get damaged, so we're risking it by putting them in here and see how well it works. But it's been raining for almost 3 hours non-stop. All right, here's my shed fully loaded. I put a table in here so I could add more stuff in here, but it rained a couple days. I took everything out after, put it back in. It's gonna rain again, but it seems like it's plenty of room. I got my workbench here that we'll do some projects. Get to open my doors here, just go in here and work. I am gonna add another light, a ceiling light here maybe on top, solar panel, so I don't have to worry about any power to the system. I used one before. I have one in the other shed, but so far so good. It rained. I did find some leaks like on the edges, like right here on the edges, and moisture does. It's cold right now, so look at this. It's getting water right now inside, so just be careful on that. There's a lot of humidity in the here that it's gonna moisture. There's a lot of moisture in the air, so it keeps it cold, creates water. So that's one thing you have to worry about. If you have a lot of tools, be careful. Freezing areas is gonna be bad. So plenty of room for whatever you want to fill in with. Very simple, easy to install the shed. Hope you guys enjoy the video. 99.6 of you are not subscribers in my channel. I hope that the content helps you out and that you find it very useful. And I hope you hit the like and subscribe